Wow, I don't know that I've ever had somebody waiting before the video actually went live. Oh, I didn't get a chance to put a video out today, so I figured I'd try to do a quick live video. Oh, that person's gone now. Wow. Is it live? I don't know. Let me see where we at here. I think I got 5G, good signal. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to do a video, well, didn't get a chance to edit a video, upload a video, do anything like that, so I figured I'd just do a quick live while I'm sitting here getting my drink, stopped at a gas station, my usual hard to find Arizona herbal tonic. There's only a select few gas stations that have them. Why am I out? And by the way, I'm in a different truck, my old dinosaur of a truck. I bought this thing back in 2003. She's still trucking, but she looks pretty bad. And I can't even park in my driveway because it rusts out so bad. What's up, Barley? Barley and hops. You know what? Just since that name, it just made me think of this. Every now and then I try to do a good deed, and every now and then stopping at gas stations. Best is like on my little honey hole on the way into town, on the west end of Kokomo. Whoever's behind me, they get a free drink. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, they got a few drinks, or a Red Bull. I'm like, ooh, that's more than I want to spend. Not that it's a lot, but just to brighten somebody's day. Well, today, this is my third gas station while I'm out plowing, and I'm like, I know this place has got one. So I just got back into the county from going out and do a businessman's driveway that I know. Stop here, and a guy walked out, and there's a beer, 40, sitting on the register. Clerk's not here. I said, hey, what's going on with that? He's like, oh, he left his money out in the car or something. I was like, did you already card him? He's like, yeah. So, all right, cool. Pay for it, get my drink, my herbal tonic that's hard to find. Walk out, and the guy comes back in. I was like, here you go. He's like, oh, I got to go pay. I was like, it's good. You're good to go. Dude, the look on his face, like I've never bought somebody a beer, ATF, the dude was carded. But anyway, so if you're in my hometown, and you know my favorite gas stations and you happen to be around, you might get you a free drink or something. Or if you really know, go grab a lot of shit and then come up behind me. Anyway, I'm out just doing some plowing. It's my least favorite thing in the world. I absolutely hate plowing now. The only reason I still have the plow truck is because I had to plow my office and a few other little things, my driveway. I hate shoveling. That's even worse. So I haven't got rid of it yet. That's what I'm out doing. Earn a little money, just thinking about what can I talk about in this video. Riffing in the winter sucks, I've talked about that. But what do you do in your downtime, in your slow time? I don't know. Here lately I've been reading this, or listening to this book. I do a lot of audiobooks. Networks. Sorry, I disappeared there. But audiobooks, just trying to listen to stuff. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch TV. I couldn't tell you how many years it's been, literally probably over a decade since I've watched a movie. Try not to just waste time, but learn and study. Past 2-3 years I've done nothing but that. And the stuff I can learn is pretty fun. Like when you change your mind to actually learn and enjoy learning, I'm not talking like book crap, like, I don't know, can't think of anything right now. But just learning something and anything that can help your life and make you more intelligent or better, to provide a better service to the market in whatever way, shape, or form that may be. And especially the book I'm listening to right now is Earn What You're Worth by Brian Tracy, I think. This guy's like, he is talking to himself, steaming up the window. Better not. Kind of weird in here. Really good book. So I encourage you guys, if you're in the construction and your jobs are kind of like revolving around weather and you can't work, don't just sit around and waste time. What's up, Super Roofer? John Mann, how you doing? Mama, everybody's coming in here. I think maybe in my previous lives were too early. Lost my train of thought here. But just continue to learn. I have made more now in the past couple years just working for myself. And when you make that little switch in your mind, here's something really important. When you have a job, you got this security, right? It's really not secure. It feels more like you're trapped, you're stuck in a job, unless you make really good money and you live with, what you make and you don't blow it. But typically, most people I know, they make more, they spend more. Their outflow continues to be more than their income. So yeah, this does suck going out and do this, but it brings in more money. It's bringing value to somebody, enough value for them to exchange money. And then what do you do with it? So I'm trying to stack out a way and invest it. I don't know, just a really random video. ADA yen here. See if there's coin. Kit coins. Yeah, old friend of mine, family friend. Where's chat? There we go. Won't even come up. What's up, Andrew James? There he is. What's up, Kevin? Salute to you. I was thinking about you again the other day. A little girl, Amelia, and I were going running the coin machine and finding coins and stuff. And Kevin, you probably were the one that may have, I can't remember back that far, got me into coin collecting and finding coins. We were running the machine, ran like 25 bucks of pennies through it again today, and found some really like mint, pristine, shiny, like I thought it was a wasted coin, like a 2020 something, you know, I was gonna throw it out. I was like, oh hell no, that's a Wheatie. But yeah, we had a day off today. They canceled school. That's why I'm out plowing. So I ended up staying home, didn't send her to the sit or anything. We did a little school homework stuff at home, enjoyed it, played outside. If you haven't seen the picture I posted earlier, this truck here was sitting out because I had already plowed my driveway, and there's just random stuff in the toolbox. But we were making the snowman. Really good packing snow, let me tell you. I'm like, what can we put in here? I had some roofing coils, so boop, boop, got the eyes, the face. Check the picture out when I'm done here. Pretty cool. Supposed to have a roof, 6 inches of snow. Yeah, oof, it sucks. I hate it. I hate the winter. It'd be different if I could like ski, snowmobile, something like that. I really want to take the Humvee out and just have some fun with that, but I don't have all the paperwork yet, so it's not quite legal. So I'm not going to go get wrapped up in an accident, pulled over something, and they're like, what are you doing driving a government issue vehicle? Because it literally has no documentation. It's straight up military right now. Oh, you saw the snowman? I tell you what, I was starting to roll that, and I was like, oh wow, this is going to be done quick. It just packed that quick. And then I made the big second one, picked it up, and it broke into pieces. So it was kind of fun putting it together, just hanging out with her. She thought she'd be funny and help, and she got this big piece. And I wish somebody, maybe I should pull off my video cameras on the house. She turned and started laughing and just smashed me with it. Pretty funny, good times. We spent about an hour and a half outside or so playing. We were late for dinner. Yeah, my wife got home and whoops, but we had a good time. We had good memories today. Yeah, luckily, it was supposed to be up to a plowing amount here, 6 to 8 inches, they were saying. Oh, you saw it too? But it didn't really start stacking up. I woke up, I looked outside when I went back to bed. I woke up at like 5 to check again, wasn't anything, went back to bed, got up at like 6, and we barely had a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. So started my day off, and now we had a good base, but it started stacking, getting heavy and melting just as quick as it was coming down. So I don't know, it's hard to tell. If you were in a cold ground surface, maybe 4 to 5 inches, but it's really heavy and packing. So now I'm out just pushing a few. I wanted to stop and get a quick drink. So what's going on with you guys? It's not the usual Friday live. What is today? I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday the 25th, right? I will tell you, for those of you that are self-employed or in sales, yes, Wednesday. Okay, that's what I thought. I really lose track of my days. My wife gets annoyed at me. I never know the day, but every day is a work day. Like today, taking off, I gotta make up for it, because ain't nobody else taking care of the invoices and the payroll and any of that stuff. All the stuff I gotta get caught up on. We did one roof, a small new construction this week, Monday. Yesterday was kind of an easy day, paperwork, estimates. I think I did a couple inspections. I did do a quick drone shot of that, so if you haven't seen it, you can check that video out. Damn, I really wish the comments would just stay up here. Every day is Monday. The Humvee. So I was thinking about that. I was talking to somebody and I was like, I wonder if they make a frame mount for a plow. Because as much as I hate this truck, like I said earlier, it rusts out in the lower quarter panels and it just messes up my driveway, makes it look like crap. I kind of want to sell this, but I kind of don't, because I don't want to shovel my driveway. It's a pretty big driveway. So I was thinking, looked online, somebody sent me a link, they found a bracket for the Humvee. So I was thinking, ooh, maybe I should sell this for whatever I can get out of it and put that into a new plow and then get the bracket, and then I have the Humvee plow, and then still can do good with that too and go plow up Vets drives. First question. Oh, what'd you say about that, Barley? Oh, when they get old and testy. Yeah, so the title, I just didn't even know what to put in there. Retirement can't come soon enough. I guess, what is retirement to you? What's your definition of retirement? I'll never retire. I'm going to continue doing stuff. My stuff will change a little bit as time goes on. I can't be swinging hammers and doing the repair work that I've been doing. Probably when I'm 50, I'm just going to be beat and physically spent. This is my 20th year in the roofing business. But definitely be doing more of the management role after I get this built up and investments and things like that. Real estate. Let me know, for the few of you in here too, I did take the GoPro out a little bit a couple weeks back. Kind of a spur of the moment thing. I found this messed up, beat up, run down house that was up for sale. I was going to go look at it, just see what kind of work it needed, about possibly buying it, working on it through the winter. I did record the trip there, walking through it. It was pretty rough, but after running the numbers and seeing what the repairs were and needed, it wasn't worth the time and the headache. So if you guys want to see videos like that, let me know. They will take some editing because it's kind of a long, raw format. It's kind of shorten it down. And if you guys have any good book recommendations, audiobooks, let me know too, because I'm about through this one from Brian Tracy, so I need to find some other good listens. Anything that can deal with like learning about the economy, the markets, business, different things related to any of that. Move on just to flat roofs. I don't know. I'm just getting tired of doing everything. You watch other channels like that? Name a couple of channels you watch, Kevin. Repairs and fixing up things. I want to try to do more of that too, but man, I don't know. I just don't have the time to be doing the repairs that I've been doing. I mean, when I first started this, like if I had a repair call, I'd bid it to get it, make it worth my while, but not make an absolute killing, to kind of get out there and build the brand, get the reputation known. Now I'm like, do I really want to do that? Do I want to take a solid day doing this, or want to make sure it should be pretty reasonable in price? How long I've been doing roofing? I started roofing in 2000, kind of part-time with a contractor, good mentor friend. He couldn't keep me busy, and then it was like 2002, 2003, I went full-time with one of the best reputable companies in town. And then from there, he had passed away, and I moved on to another company. Spent 10 years with him. He just ran me in the ground. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I gave him 3 years to try to talk, and it just kept getting worse. So I moved on and started this with nothing. 150 old houses and fixed it. What channel is that? Just doing general repairs. Walmart greeter. Oh, that just made my day. You know what? Maybe not a Walmart greeter, but I don't know if you were in here from the beginning of the stream. Well, I figured I'd just set this up. Some gas stations I stop at in the morning, I try to do a good deed. Not so much necessarily a good deed, but just to put a smile on somebody's face and buy their drinks. I've been doing it for a couple weeks now. But this guy here, he was ahead of me. I went to get my drink, and I came back up, and he walked out with nothing in his hands, and the clerk had a 40 sitting up there. That's what happened. He's like, well, he left his wallet outside. I was like, okay, did you card him? So I just bought it for him. That guy's probably like, what the hell? What's this dude buying me a beer for? But just trying to do a good deed. Good thing. Pay it forwards. But not do a Walmart greeter, but just sit at a gas station and buy shit. But I gotta have the money to do that. I really wish these comments would just stay up here and not disappear. Go to the bank. Now there's like an icon. I can't read the comment. Go down. There we go. Get some dollars. Oh, huh. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun, nice, cool thing to do. When you get to all the roof, insurance adjustment. You know, I've heard adjusters make some really good cash. Public adjusters, or what's the word I'm looking for? Independent adjusters. There were a few I met during the hailstorms when the companies were overloaded. They just had independent adjusters come in. They were really cool. You know, I just let them do their job and just shoot the shit with them. And some of them were really cool and friendly. And one of them was telling me like how much he makes. It's like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, I'm on the road a lot. I'm gone a lot. I work within a wide area in the region. But he made like $250,000 doing it. Yeah, insurance companies would love me because I would not approve a lot, probably. I don't know. And a few of you guys are probably going to judge me and hate me on that. Like the roof I showed the other day, that was filmed Monday, I think I did that, on my way out to that job out of town, and uploaded it. They're like wondering if they could turn it into insurance, but want to be honest about it. I'm like, man, this roof was just installed horrible from the get-go. Everything was done bad and wrong. Vents upside down, disappearing rows. I think it was a couple of rows disappearing. Offset wasn't the starter wasn't shifted. Just horrible. Soffit falling down. And I know a lot of contractors, they'd be like, turn into insurance. I don't care. And if they don't approve it, move on. That's not the kind of reputation I want to have. We had, I got a call today from somebody I had looked at their roof, I don't know, probably a couple months ago. And they're like, yeah, the adjusters said they weren't covering anything because it was a poor install. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty bad install. I'm not going to lie about that. Oh, yeah, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Oh, what are you up to now, Kevin? Retired? Doing anything? Hobbies? $17, 10 people in here. Probably get going here soon. I got a few more driveways to get to, then I'm gonna call it quits. Is it 9:15? Is my truck right? This had a dead battery, and I don't know if I even said it right. 9:15 Eastern. From Minnesota. Huh. Does that say collect coil and silver and gold? Coin. Oh, coin. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I've got my screen dimmed down because when I leave the gas station here, it's blinding me and I want to be able to see what I'm plowing. It's really easy to screw something up here. Catch a manhole or a curb or something and blow out a piston, and next thing you know, you try to make some money and you end up going in the hole a few $100. If you guys consider plowing, one thing I've learned a few years ago, when people don't want to pay you to do it because they're cheap, and then they call you 2 days later because it's hard and they can't get it, don't go do it. Because it's, well, if the temperatures drop, then don't do it, because it's a sheet of concrete and you're going to beat your stuff up. Blew out a piston and broke the little pivot point for the plow, and yeah, just totally caused some serious damage. The Humvee, I have not really taken it out much. It's still not legal yet. I don't have all the documentation yet from the company I got it from, and I've got to get all that to send to the license branch. But I have taken it down the road and took my dad. He's the first vet that got to go for a ride in it, and taking a turn, he's like, you're not going to make that, right through the cornfield ditch and up out the other side. It was pretty fun. I can't wait. Yes, I do plan on taking it out. Actually, there is an event coming up here in Attica, Indiana, July 30th, I think. I think it's Big and Rich. They're coming to put on a concert for the military. Vets get in free. I think there's like a limit. I don't know how many. But it's like an off-road park. You can come and you can ride your four-wheeler side-by-sides, anything like that, Jeeps and everything. Probably I should have all this set up and done by then, but I'm thinking about driving the Humvee out there for that. I think it'd be pretty fun, pretty cool. If not, definitely going to take it out in my woods. And then there's a new house I'm looking at buying down the road. It's not for sale yet, but when we do, it has 18 acres that go back to the Wildcat. And definitely going to go make a little trail back there and drive that thing through the Wildcat. Keep hustling. Oh, geez, don't smack my door. I'm not so much worried about my truck. Your truck's nice. Electrical service. Service truck. Somebody out getting it. Somebody hustling. You know, there's a lot of people I talk to on a random occasion, or, you know, just come in contact, and people are like, oh, the economy's so bad. Oh, I can't find work. Well, do you have any kind of skill, anything you can do? Like, go out there and be productive, or go get it. Go be a go-getter. Don't just sit and complain about the situation you're in, because it's not going to change unless you do something about it. Notifications popping up. Anyone here use any drones, and if so, what kind do you have? I've only got the DJI drone, the Spark, which is what I shot the video on the other day. Company did send me one. I don't want to say what yet, because if you've watched that, you'll hear why. There's something I don't like about it, but I want to email the company. Anyway, I think I'm going to buy one, and I haven't narrowed it down yet. I probably was going to keep it to a DJI, like a Mavic Pro, or no, a Mini Pro. I can't remember it, but or I was thinking about stepping up and getting the Skydio 2 Plus, which is probably the best in the industry for obstacle avoidance. Not necessarily what I need for roofing, but I figured it'd be kind of cool. So if you guys have any and you like, let me know as a recommendation. What's my opinion using ice melt to get rid of the dams, ice dams? You know, I don't know. I would definitely be careful using a torch. I've seen people do that. It's probably not good, because if you get too much heat too quick, you can thermally shock the shingles. It's probably not going to be good, because the expansion contraction rate, popping granules off, whatever. So just be careful doing that. But now the chemical side of things, I really don't know. You got to be careful, because I do know there are multiple kinds of chemicals they use now, not just salt, but sodium carbonate, or calcium chloride. I don't know, I'm no chemist, but there's different chemicals in there that could potentially cause a problem with your shingles. So I don't know, never had that issue. I would just be more concerned that if there's an ice dam and there's already damage, then people are going to hold me liable for their roof, because next thing you know, you put a chemical on it and they're going to try to point the finger at you. Just be cautious of things like that. If you've already got that kind of damage and insurance is going to be involved, if you already got damage, it's not going to make it too much worse. Oh, yeah, so I was looking at, or had the idea of possibly using an infrared or a flare camera for just doing some product review stuff, where you can use it to find leaks and how the water's coming in through a wall or a ceiling. And then it got me thinking, could I use it for a roof, and like seeing hot spots for like insulation or whatever, or just, I don't know, just always thinking. There's a lot of stuff that I've got in my head that I really can't say or talk about, because I've still got plans on in the process of patenting some things, so I don't want to speak about them. But it's pretty cool. One of the newest things I'm putting some time to is in regards to the Arduino stuff. If you've seen the coin machine I made, it is the Raspberry Pi Pico W, which is one of the newest ones out by them. It has more speed, RAM, memory, all that good stuff, and a wireless chip, so I can control it remotely. That is going to tie into one of my projects I've been working on. $300 to track. Oh, you mean like after they've been shot to track the deer? That'd be kind of cool. I didn't think of that. Huh, I might have to keep it in my shack next time I go hunting. Usually, if I'm recording it, I will try to watch it back and see if it was a good shot or not. If I feel it wasn't a good shot, I wait. I don't move. I sneak quietly out of the woods and come back later that night or the next day, depending upon what time it is. It sounds terrible, but you want to let them just bed down and bleed out. But I'll have to really consider that using the drone. Wouldn't work so well in early archery, which is what I like to hunt because there's still so many leaves on the trees. I didn't do anything in the military. My dad was in the Air Force. Years ago, I thought about going to the military, but I wasn't probably the greatest in school. They probably wouldn't have allowed me to go. But what I wanted to do was become an A-10 pilot. That was the dream jet of mine when I was growing up. I lived near Grissom Air Force Base before it went to reservists and eventually shut down. The A-10s would just fly routes out here where I live. They were really cool. So I did not do that. I ended up joining like a post of the Boy Scouts. It had nothing to do with the Boy Scouts, but it was like funded. And I ended up started flight training in 1999 and got my private pilot's license when I was young. Oh yeah, they're still flying those jets now. That distinct sound and look of them flying. I'll probably never fly PIC again because I have a medical problem. And probably not good to fly a plane without another pilot with me. When you got vertigo and your eyes start twitching, you get into stagnus and you feel like you're spinning on the Starship 2000. So yeah, my flying days are probably gone. It was a real dream buster years ago. I've been dealing with this for over 15 years now. It's kind of past the mental side of it. You guys have seen the Humvee. Let me get your thoughts on that. Shall I paint it or leave it kind of the camo? So right now it's got a soft blacktop 4-man setup, black doors, soft vinyl black doors. But I thought about possibly doing something military theme in like a dark color to go on the camo. I want to paint it, but man, I've just got too much put into it right now and it's not even driving on the roads yet. Leave camo, cool. I don't know if I've posted a recent photo of it, but I did go out there yesterday, I think it was, to get some photos of it. I had to email the company I bought the top from. In one of the back corners, it's like there was the stitching that comes around the top got kind of pleated a little bit, so it did not stretch far enough. The company, Midwest Military Supply, was really cool. They've already sent me a label. They sent a new top. It's shipping out in a Who. Should arrive hopefully in the next few days so I can put the new one on and ship it back. Really cool company to work with. But I did get photos of it while I was out there, so I might try to post one or two or a couple of them in the, I don't know if you go to the community tab on the page or what, but I'll do that here once I end the stream so you can see a quick update of it. And then I got new black seats inside. Got the mirrors because they were busted. I can't wait. Can't wait to get in that thing, start driving it. It really sucks, You work your ass off, you get your dream, and then you can't even drive it. It kind of sucks. If anyone out there has wanted a Humvee, it's a really simple process. Everybody out there makes it seem so terrible and dreaded, but it was actually rather simple. I got the company set up. You can do it as an individual to be able to bid with Ritchie Brothers through GovPlanet. Simple process. What's up, David? Fixer-upper in Tampa. Oh, you want to see the house hunting videos? Yeah, this one was a piece, let me tell you. I'll go into that real briefly here in a minute. But anyway, I just watched some YouTube videos about buying a Humvee through this, and it was super smooth. They said, oh, thanks Grand Roofing, you're pre-approved for like $75,000 bidding power. I was like, well, that was simple. I didn't want that much, but okay. So then just set a limit. Have this mental number in your head. Do not overdo that, because in the heat of the moment, you're bidding and you're just climbing up. It can go up pretty quick. My Humvee actually got for a pretty smoking deal. Ran and everything. I knew I'd probably need to get batteries. I knew I was going to have to convert it over to the 4-door, but I was able to get the auction winning bid at $8,400. I had to pay the 15% fee to Ritchie Brothers, so I don't remember what that fee was, $1,200, whatever. 15% of 8,400, 1,200, I don't know. I had to pay the Michigan state sales tax. I should get that back when I pay the tax here. And then I paid a transport fee to get it to me because I didn't want to drive it. I think that was $700 or $800. And then I've got around $6,000 in the top doors, seats, mirrors, fuel filter, fuel plug drain, various things like that. So I think I'm all in for around 17.7, something around there right now, as of right now. But yeah, if you ever wanted one, it's really not that hard of a process. Just takes some time. The EUC, which is the end of use certificate, they had to do a DOD, was it Department of Defense background check or something? I don't know, they make it sound so bad and terrible. And they give you a heads up that it could be months to get done. When they called to say they were processing it, but something was missing, gave them the info. The lady was super nice. She's like, you know what, actually, I'll just run this for you right now. And she did, and it took 5 minutes. She's like, oh, you're good. I was like, what? How many hours? It's got miles on it, which you can't trust because in the military, it's not like a street legal vehicle. You can change out the odometers, but it said 7,600 maybe. But what I'd learned on the YouTube videos, if you're looking at one, you want to look at things like the switch where you turn it to glow plugs on and start it. If the paint is really good, if you can see the letters that were screen printed onto there to indicate that it wasn't turned much. The shifting lever, how much wear and tear, the brake for the high beam is down on the floor, the mats, just how much wear does it look like it had. So I really don't think this one was driven much at all. So it was really good shape. And the whole thing with getting the 4-man top, if you want a 4-man top, you're going to pay more because everybody's wanting it, so everybody's bidding on it. But if you get a 2-man, just convert it over. It's all modular. Everything just interchanges. And if you get the 4-door setup, it's probably going to leak anyway, so you're going to be buying a new one. So just get a 2-door and convert it over. One thing you do want to be aware of is blow-by. So most of the videos they'll show of it running, if it does, the oil fill area. If you see it kind of blowing, it's usually got worn out engine rings, pistons, and things like that, and you're getting the pressure blow back through. So be cautious of that. But anyway, enough of the Humvee. Hopefully you guys are going to see more of it soon. Like I said, I will post a picture on the page here shortly. No, I don't have the history of it. I do know that there is a star on it, and I was told that typically, I don't know if it's 1 star, so 1 Star General must have had it or driven it, but I don't know any of the history. I don't know where exactly it came from, where it went. I did buy it. The only thing I know of is I got it out of K-Pac, Michigan. So I don't know if it was trucked into there or if it was an armory up in that area. I have no idea. It would be cool to know. David, so the house that I was talking about, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It was going to be a little investment property. But it was in bad shape. It had a bad roof, go figure. Up on the front, water coming in, rotting out the seal plate, rotted out the entire wall. The lower floor seal was rotten. It looked like it had termite damage because it's got wood and it's got moisture. It's probably got termites, and it did. There's a lot of issues with it. It just basically needed a complete gut job. A front wall rebuilt, a brand new roof and all this, drywall, kitchen, bathroom, everything. And by the time I did all that, ran the numbers, it just wasn't worth it for what the house was. So kept looking, found another one pop up. It was in decent shape. I already had tenants renting it. Actually did the roof in 2019 for a company. The property management company lost their management. The owner passed away. It was in an estate sale, and the family just wanted to get rid of it. So I put an offer on that, and I thought it was going to be a good offer, but it went to a multi-offer, and then the realtor quit responding, was on vacation. I'm like, you know what? We got past the deadline for mine. I did not submit my highest and best. That was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and that property, it would have been a good deal. Should have netted around 11-12% cash-on-cash return, turnkey, tenants in it and everything. Just signed the new lease agreement. But it kind of, I wouldn't say it fell apart. I could have put another max bid, but I still think we got some more coming down. And here it is a week and a half, 2 weeks later, and it's still on the market. It's not pending or anything. So I think I made the right move on that. There's a way to track the military number on it. Can you do that and get the history on that, Kevin? Huh. I'll have to look into that maybe. That'd be kind of cool to know where it was and what it did. Since I've got it, the guy that's let me store it at his place for a while to work on it, just get all the plates and everything, he's like, I want to buy one now. So I'm going to try to encourage him to get one. And then another friend of mine, he's like, oh, you got to tell my wife and butter her up because I've always wanted that in a 6-ton. I was like, okay. You might see a few Humvees and 6-tons popping up here around Kokomo. Joe may know. Joe may know what? Did I miss something up here? $35 minutes. Plan on sitting here to have a quick drink, and here we are 35 minutes later. Oh, the history. Is the video pretty clear? Is it good? I mean, I'm sitting in the parking lot because it's got light, but I think I got 5G here, and hopefully it's got a pretty good signal upload. Oh, I was going to talk earlier, too. I was thinking about it when I was out plowing one of these places. If you guys don't use YouTube to your advantage and learn outside of just entertainment, man, you're missing out. And if you hate the little ads, there's a little secret. You can get your YouTube Red. I think it's $12 a month or something, maybe. I think I paid $100 for the year up front. There are no ads, and the best part is you can actually shut your screen off. So you can play videos like an oh shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? Audiobook, podcast, anything. Doesn't matter. Anything on YouTube, no ads, ad-free, minimal charge. You shut your screen and just play it. Listen to it with headset. If you're doing anything noisy, I really recommend a headset. But you can learn a lot for a really cheap price. It blows me away the amount of people I know here in my hometown that spend thousands and tens of thousands of dollars going to school. Like, for example, I know a guy talked to, I don't know what he spent, but he went to Purdue, got his master's degree. It doesn't make much of anything. Works 9 to 5 and complains about it. And yet, YouTube, for free, minus watching a few ads that you may not be able to skip, or for $120 a year, no ads and the ability to close your phone and still learn. It just blows me away what you can learn out there on YouTube. Literally, I think I said earlier, I could not tell you the last movie I saw at a theater. It's been, well, I know I went to see a movie when my wife and I met, and that was 15 years plus ago. So it's probably at least been that long. I couldn't tell you last time I watched a TV show. YouTube. What do you want to learn? Yield curve, bonds, Fed funds rate, just anything. You hear something you don't know what it is, search a video on it. You can find it. Coffee troll. You're way too cheap to give YouTube money, even if sitting. You know, I used to be that way, and I thought that too. But really, the amount of time I wasted in the ads, you really don't know until you've realized. Like, for example, it happens a lot. Like my phone, my devices, my iPad, work iPad, I'm logged in on mine. When I'm home with my daughter and she has one of her devices that's logged in on my wife's or something, it drives me insane. You click on something, you got a 15-second ad pop up. You have the little banners and the little things. And I apologize, you guys, if you're seeing them here too. It is a way to kind of supplement the income, and it does take time to do this. Even though I want to share what I can, it does take time. But the amount of time you waste, you don't realize it until you don't have to deal with it. So if you use YouTube for good, I would encourage you to try it. You can always cancel it. And it's just a really cheap way. Or put that money towards an audiobook. That's a really good way too. I listen to audiobooks, a lot of them. Like I said earlier in this one, I'll try to tag it later in the description if I can remember. Earn What You're Worth by Brian Tracy. Really good. Actually, just go to YouTube and type in Brian Tracy. You're going to hear some really good stuff. We'll end this at 45 minutes. We'll go 5 more minutes. I got some more driveways to get to. Three-layer tear off, wouldn't shake. Oh my goodness. I feel your pain. Oh, hang on, Aaron. There's a icon popped up. I can't see your comment here. Something that I see drone. Done? Oh, done. Have I ever done commercial projects? I mean, kind of, yes. Commercial buildings. I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a commercial job, like anything big and sizable. I think my biggest was like 90 or 120 square rubber. 120, 130, I don't remember. It was years ago. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I think I paid $100 or $120 for the year. I think it was a little bit of a discount if you buy it by the year. And it's good for several user names, too. Like, for example, my Google account it's tied to, I have several other YouTube channels, and they're all ad-free. So that's kind of cool. So I usually leave my other devices on a different YouTube name because I don't want my little girl liking random videos and accidentally commenting and deleting videos. So hers is ad-free too. It's my wife's devices that are not. But yes, you can download the videos, so you can download them on your network, whatever. If you're traveling on an airplane, they're full res on your phone, iPad, whatever. It's really worth it. It's really good. Do I have an estimator? Come on, go away. I can't read the comment. Do you have an estimator? Do your question? You're looking at them right here. It's me that does them. I do the inspections, the estimates, most of the repairs, and all the other stuff. Any advice on getting into commercial claims? So the commercial work that I've done wasn't claims. It was just business owners in town that had big buildings that needed roofing done, so they weren't like commercial claims. So I'm sorry I can't help you there on that one. Hey Jason, what's up? If that's who I'm thinking, are you in my home area? I think I know who you are. I think I did a video in your attic. If that's the Jason I'm thinking of. Oh, hey, okay, cool. Is you. How many employees do I currently have? Well, I did have 2. Now I'm down to 1. There's a reason for that too. I know people are going to judge, and I get that comment a lot. Do I just sub to everybody? I don't sub to people, just to whoever. I do have a subcontract crew to get started. There's advantages, disadvantages. Like, for example, ERISA, I believe that's the acronym. Don't ask me what it stands for, but if you have employees outside of the ownership, then there's certain things you can't do, or if you do, you have to go through these governing bodies. Like, for example, I have a solo 401k set up, so I can send a large chunk of money every year to this to not pay taxes. But the beauty is, it's not just like a boring, lame solo 401k or IRA or something like that. I can control it. It's in a trust fund that I can do pretty much anything I want, except I can't invest in arm's length to family. So I can't invest in something with my in-laws or my dad or something, a cousin, something like that. But there's really a lot of opportunity what I can do with that. And I don't even have to do any IRS reporting until it's over $250,000 account. And like I said, you can't do that when you have other employees outside of the owners. And the guys I work with that do the jobs, I've worked with them for over 10 years now. It's a good group of guys I've known very well. And I don't just send it to them and they're done. I usually show up, I'm on jobs with them, do inspections, set up afterwards. I wanted to say that the acronym is ERISA. I can't remember what it stands for though. I do want to expand a little bit, but just to a small extent. Roofing sales, is it worth it? I wish I would have got into roofing sales and not the roofing side of things years ago. There are some salesmen I know that do really good and make a really good income at it. But again, I don't want to border the line of I'm a straight salesman versus selling my service, if that makes sense. So what I want to do is I'd like to get an independent contractor that is a salesman. So he's paid based on a commission, a nice commission, but he's going out, he's doing like storm restoration claim stuff, and then we come in and do the work. I was thinking about that earlier, about a couple hours ago. Thinking somebody's popped in my mind that I want to talk to about it. It's just really hard because then you're trusting them to go out and represent your company, and it just, I don't know. I don't have any need to be, I'm a $20 million company, because with a $20 or $50 million company, whatever multiple of what you're currently doing comes a lot more headache and risk and diminishing returns. So for example, if your income is, like a 20% profit margin, to do twice, 4 times the amount of sales, you're not going to be able to handle all that without like project managers or receptionists and all this. Right now I've got a lot of the hats on, I can handle it, and my income is pretty good. I'm not complaining. It's not probably where it should be, but again, I started this with nothing. I didn't have anything to fall back on. And sometimes it's kind of good, because then you got to grab the bull by the horns and make shit work. You have no roofing experience, but want to get into sales. There's some really good YouTube content out there that show the sales stuff, and honestly, just some common sense and how water works and how gravity pulls water down. Watch some YouTube videos and you can pick it up pretty quick. I started with a roofing company, and within 3 months they had me from a laborer to a roofer. I probably spent a month working with a guy named Mike. He was really cool. Taught me basically what there is to know. It's not hard, and it's kind of repetitive. There are some things you gain over time, like really hard to find leaks. But yeah, if you want to get into sales, watch some videos, use some common sense with it. It's not hard to learn. I wish I would have got started a whole lot longer ago, from what I knew to just into roofing sales and started a company 15, 20 years ago. You have no roofing experience. Yeah, like I said, just watch some videos on it. There's a lot of YouTubers out there. You can kind of learn the process. Just start. If you want to learn, find some company in your area that does it and try to get just like some part-time seasonal help and just learn that way. Be honest with them. I wouldn't necessarily keep secrets from them, but they're probably not going to invest time in you jumping up to be a roofer or something if they know you're going to leave. But if you have a good attitude, good work ethic, you can get that skill acquired, but then don't lose sight of it, because the labor side of it can pay good, but sales side can be way better. I don't think I finished what I was touching on earlier about when you leave a job and you have that floor, that safety net, right? When you go into a company yourself or an entrepreneurship, the ceiling is gone, but so is the floor. When you have a job, you got kind of a ceiling and a floor. You can only go so high, but you got that little floor, and you think it's safety. It's like you're trapped. It sucks when you realize it, when you actually realize you're being screwed. But then you go out and think, entrepreneurship's going to be great, I'm going to make a killing. You can, but you got to work your ass off at it. I think since I started this company in 2017, my business partner and I, it's kind of a spin-off. We started a real estate company because I had a non-compete, turned into a product company, a second product company, and a roofing company. And then since he and I had split from the two, But from when I did that in 2017, I think it was, till now, 100% out of debt. More money than I've ever had set aside in investing in assets and things. But I've sacrificed a lot of stuff too to get there. What is that? Sky 8er boy 31. It's hard to see, sorry. Can't get your name there. Yeah, just don't get stuck like I did for 15 years doing installs. So the second company I worked for was the foreman, the right-hand man, was on the job site doing everything. Then it got to where you had 3 crews, a siding crew, 2 roofing crews, and I'd kind of be doing everything. And it got to the point where everybody could do anything. Do drugs on the job, doesn't matter, they got a job. They could not show up for work, they had a job to come back to. And when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, my boss wouldn't even let me go to her birthday and shit. Like, they gave my mom 2 to 5 years, and my boss was like, can't do that, I need you. Or something go wrong, it's always my fault. I'm like, you know what? I've lifted these blinders off my head. And I've seen, yeah, I should have made that decision a long time ago. Nothing wrong with being an employee if you make good money, you like what you do, but when people take advantage of you, it really sucks. And I'm not blaming him, too. I want to clarify on that, too. I was stupid to stay. What's BS? Coffee Troll, was something I said you're saying BS too, or something in the comment section? Oh wow, what time is it now? I went a little over my time. Oh wow, that just shot up there. Oh, you're saying that's... No, okay, so when my mom was diagnosed with cancer and her birthday came up and he knew that I was trying to get to her birthday and the job we were on was more important, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that he said you can't go see your mom with cancer. Just got to the point where anything that I wanted to do, it had to be second to the job. That's what I'm saying. And you know, you might not be understanding the kind of context, so I lived it. You're hearing me kind of talk about stuff. Okay, I don't know. My boss may watch my videos, so I'm not talking shit about him, but there were some things that led to me leaving because he didn't care about anyone but himself. That's what I'm trying to get across. Even the day that I told him I was leaving, I just simply wanted to talk, and he said, I don't have time for this. This was going on for like 3 years. They got to the point where I actually wrote a letter of resignation ahead of time, showed up early to the shop, which was at his house, and I said, hey, we need to talk. And he's like, I don't have time for this. So I pull up over there and said, we need to talk. I don't have time for this. Go to the job. So I handed to him the letter. He looks at it, sees what it is, puts it down, said, I thought you were family or nobody to me. Get to work. Later that day, he shows back up to the job site. Can I talk to you? I was like, it's your company. You tell me. I get in the truck, and all he could talk about is why I had to be there so he could, without getting into a lot of detail, he needed the jobs getting done because he needed to put money somewhere. So you can agree to disagree. I don't care. Like I said, I lived it. You didn't. Is that Trace Estates? Thank you. So, yeah, with my mom with cancer, I don't talk about that a lot. She did end up passing away right before COVID started. So she got half of the time that the doctor said. She had stage 4 ovarian cancer, and it progressed pretty quick. She went unconscious. I got a phone call on Wednesday, got told to go to the hospital. We planned her funeral, and she ended up recovering, and she got better right as COVID was starting. She got sent to rehab. The day she got to rehab, we got to see her. The second day, kids couldn't, only the spouse. Well, we had to take temperatures, then only the spouse, and then he couldn't even go. My mom spent 2 or 3 weeks in recovery there, and the day she got home, she had a dinner with them, and family was telling me that I was possibly exposed and couldn't come by, so I couldn't stop by, and that was the last time I heard of her. She ended up passing away that morning. So if some of you guys know me on Facebook and you wonder, who are these people? It's my parents for my thumbnail. I haven't had the heart to change the photo yet. Yeah, it sucks, Coffee Troll. I really wish I could go back and spend more time with my mom. That's really instilled too. You know, there's this fine line in the time that I take to investing in this company, but I don't want my daughter never seeing me. You know I'm sacrificing now, but my little girl is only 5 or 4, almost 5. I remember growing up, my parents worked their butts off for us. My dad would go in early. He worked at a factory, and it wasn't until 3:45 he came home. We were so excited. First thing he does, sits down, kicks off his work boots, the stinky feet come out, he'd hand us chocolates, candies, had a good time, and he'd be falling asleep. And then he'd be gone again. And so there's definitely a fine line when you're running a business or you're doing something like that to kind of don't lose track of what you're doing it for. Yeah, I couldn't see my mom. They wouldn't even let my family be together for the funeral. It was horrible. I'm one of 9 kids, and the start of all that stuff, basically the cemetery or the funeral homes here said, oh, the state mandate, we can't have more than 10 people. So my nieces and nephews, the grandkids, basically it was the 9 siblings and my dad. They wouldn't let anyone else in. They even had the nerve to come to me and tell me to scoot my chair away from my wife because we weren't 6 feet apart. That's how bad it was. Yeah, my daughter looks like me. Thanks. Sorry. I should probably get ready to end this here. Or we can go drive for a few. I thought about sneaking over to my dad's and seeing if they haven't done his driveway. I was going to plow that out real quick. Oh, you're from Indianapolis. Is that Did I say Perkins? Are you related to the Perkins here in my hometown? Do I have a box cutter in my area? So I've seen them. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Oh, you're related to, was it Scott? Oh, okay. No, you're saying yes and then no, sir. Now I'm kind of confused. Take it easy, SK Skater Boy 31. Appreciate that, Coffee Troll. Just an old roof for 25 years. Oh, that makes me old too. You guys want to end the stream, or do you want to go drive for a few? Because I need to get to another stop or two yet. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm going to spend an hour here. You're 46. 46 and rough 25 years. Lordy, lordy, look who's about to be 40. You can see it in my hair. Kevin, you still in here? Kick coins? I was trying to think about how old I was when I met you. Thanks, Oscar. You got to keep moving forward and keep having something, your destination. And people, that's one of my biggest things with school I can't stand right now. And they say, oh, you're afraid to fail. That's when you learn. When you screw things up and you do it wrong, you learn what not to do. Well, I don't want to just end it. I mean, I've enjoyed this. Honestly, I was getting tired of sitting here plowing. I've got the old school little thing here. I don't have the little remote that I can just hold in my hand, and this truck is really starting to get wore out. Let's go for a short drive. It may get kind of dark. I don't know. I'll try to take some main roads where it's lit. Probably run by my dad's, probably. You might hear a little noise for a minute here. I'm going to have to turn my defrost on. Let me know in chat real quick. It should not be up here, but I had this on playing YouTube in the background while I was plowing, and it was kind of noisy because it was kind of leaking through this air duct. Let me just get this blasted off, and then I'll turn the air off. Are over on the southeast side of Kokomo right now, and there's not a lot to see because it's dark. Oh wow, it's actually still got enough light here to see. You hear loud and clear? Cool. It's almost thawed out. Wow, I ran the red light here on 931. Not a good intersection to run. It used to be the bypass here in Kokomo until Kokomo grew up around it, and then now we just got an actual bypass, interstate bypass here in Kokomo a few years back. Oh, still got some cool. So if you look at a map right now of Kokomo, that right there. I'm not going to be focusing on chat here, but if you look up a map of Kokomo, you'll see like the south split, I call it. If you follow that straight and don't take it, that's 931. That was the interstate, the highway here. And then if you look there where the Lowe's is, that's where I'm at right now. It kind of jots over to what was way back then the main corridor through Kokomo, which is Washington Street, or they call it South LaFountain 2. How many inches did we get up here? I would say probably 4 to 5, but as the day went on, the latter half of the afternoon, there, it's melted away now. It had kind of melted, heated up, and sunk down. Gotta go. Have a good one, Oscar. Appreciate all you guys actually tuning in here. I thought about going live while I was at home this afternoon with my daughter, but I didn't want to rob her time, and it would have been very distracting having her constantly trying to call me off to go do something. You can hear that little sound. I've got a exhaust manifold gasket going out. Very nice for making money. What is that, the plowing or? Actually got a late start. I had the entire day at home with my little girl. School's canceled, and then we just took the day off. Stayed home. I'll probably work a little bit tomorrow because my wife is off. And then Friday, I mean, they're calling for on and off snow, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds on Friday. So I think I'm going to just take off Friday too. So those are the things you can do when you are self-employed or in sales. But then again, if you're not working and you're not putting yourself out there and selling your ability, your skill, your service, then your income usually stops. Now, doing what I've done, there is some backlog of work. We're just not working due to the weather. There are days where I can just work remotely, get everything set up. For the most part, it's getting a little easier. And I can come in later in the afternoon and check on everything. Back in latter half of 2021, 2022, it was still really hard. I couldn't do that because like ABC Supply Co., company shirt that I'm wearing here, I was still ordering a lot from them, but there's nothing worse than working 30, 45 minutes, an hour away, and they can't deliver cover sheets or some sort of material that you need. So then you still got to drop what you're doing and drive all the way out there to get it to them. And it really puts a damper in my day doing inspections and estimates. It's getting a little bit better. Actually, I just heard recently we're getting an ABC Supply Co. here in Kokomo, so I'm pretty pumped about that. The downside is now there are 3 competing places that want my business, and I feel bad because I've built up relationships with a lot of the people there at each one, and they're all good. So I feel bad. Kind of torn. When I sold my building in 2022, though, I don't have a spot now to put excess material or returns and things like that. So it was really hard shopping at ABC Supply Co. because what I did back then is everything I do through the week, I just drop off behind my office, the shop area. And when I'd have an ABC delivery come in, I would just say, hey, pick up the return skid. Well, I don't have the building now, so I don't have anywhere to really put that stuff. And that was kind of a strategic thing. Where our business office was and zoned, we turned that building in. We bought it, I think in 2017 for like $17,000. And renovated it, fixed it, did some work to it, and we sold it April 1st of last year, like $170,000. So it was a nice little profit. But the reason I didn't want to keep it is because we had it renovated so we could sublease several offices of our building, and then COVID hit, and everybody got paid to work from home. And because it's a business and zone commercial, they were taxing us like crazy. So we were paying like $6,000 a year just in property tax, not really utilizing the building. So we had a company offer us some money, and we're like, okay. So my goal is to get another office building here in the next few years. I may not even need that because there's a property I'm looking at buying, I said earlier, that has a 70 by 30 foot pole barn behind the house. If I get that, I might just lease the pole barn to the company. Yes, I'm the owner of Grand Roofing. Yeah, I didn't start plowing until a couple hours ago. I'm trying to get more out of the plowing. I'm not really looking at picking up any more jobs. I just do the few that I've been doing for years. This is an 03 2500 heavy duty I bought in 03, and got the plow later that year, I think, and I've had it on here and plowed with it since. So there's some of those old-timer customers. I'm not going to leave them high and dry. It's not that I dislike plowing, it's just there's much more I'd rather be doing. Like building a snowman in the front yard with my little girl and using coil nails as eyeballs in a mouth. Here, we're about to come into the heart of Kokomo. You know, one thing I do like about Kokomo is it's only about 4 miles wide in any direction. So within about 10 to 15 minutes, you can be from any one side of Kokomo to the other. Sorry, I forgot to grab the camera mount up on my windshield from my work truck to this truck, so I'm stuck in the air duct, so it's low and you can't really see outside. I'm surprised all you're still in here. I feel like I'd be boring you. I'm going to read the comment here in a minute when I get stopped. It said, oh, maybe you'll catch me up in the Kokomo sometime. What side of Indianapolis are you on? You work a lot in the complexes of Kokomo? Kit coins, 21, 23 likes. All right, nice. That's a good ratio. It's not normally like that. You know, I've met some pretty good people here on YouTube that are in my area-ish. Eric Rhodes and Kyle, a couple other people. May not want their names known. And kind of cool. I don't feel like it's a big channel by any means, but I guess in the roofing side of things, it's a sizable channel. I think I broke the 7 million view mark recently. 23,000 subscribers, maybe something like that. But to be out and about, people are like, hey, you're that guy. Or I had somebody, when I was in Tipton, tap me on the shoulders, like, hey, there he is. Like, do I know you? You're that YouTube guy, right? It's kind of cool. So I have had a kind of another thought for what kind of content when the trade shows start coming back up. I've been thinking about trying to go to some more of those and I don't know, see what kind of roofing products, tools, services are out there. I'm trying to film some of that. If you guys have any desire to see that, let me know. Let me know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. Bumpy. All these roads are bumpy now. When was that get a sponsor? Can't read it. There we go, stop sign, I can glance at it. Oh yeah, get this man a sponsor, appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be nice. So I've never had a sponsor of the channel. I did recently have a company send me a drone review, so I guess kind of that's a sponsor. So for you few out here watching, sneak peek, if the company that sent that to me, I'm going to email them. I'm thinking about giving it away after I make the video. So if you have any desire to get a free drone that's valued at like $500 or $600, one extra battery, set of blades, controller, case. It's a 2-axis gimbal. I think it's a 4K video, I'm not sure. There's really 2 complaints I have with it, but they're not the end of the world kind of complaints. But if you want a free drone, it's a hell of a drone for being free. I'll even cover the shipping. I think I may have missed a few things in here. Appreciate that. Kit coins. Do you do any content, Kevin? I notice I feel like you changed your name. And being Kit coins, I wonder if you do videos yourself. You'd like to learn well, how to do YouTube videos? Sounded like my shovel. I'm about to get to my stop here, so I'll I'll read that back here in a second. My sisters may have actually shoveled it for him. Oh, it's dark. Oh yeah, they already did it. Wow, the sidewalks are even done. Oh, they may be in bed. Oh, we'll pull over here in a second then. I think it might be about done plowing tonight. There's a few more that people want to wait overnight. May not need it because it is actually melting right now. This truck sold, it doesn't have a thermometer temperature in it, but I feel like everything's still currently melting and it's supposed to dip back below freezing. It froze. If not overnight, then definitely throughout tomorrow and Friday. Like I said, it's supposed to be windy and below freezing. I'm gonna stop up here. Anyone in here watch the What's Ripper Do With His Money series or whatever I've got in here? I don't really put a lot on there. At the time, I wasn't even sure what to shoot, but some of the little things I invested in. Thought about doing quite a bit more real estate content if you guys want to see that. Ooh. It's slick right there. You know, it's weird trying to think about filming something like that because I'm not going to be the kind of guy that just doesn't put the video out there if it goes bad. I mean, you're going to see like, wow, he's a jackass, or I'm not afraid to make mistakes and learn. To give you an example, I lost over $20,000 in a bad investment last year in 2022. Yes, 2023. But you know what? I learned. It was a $20,000 educational cost. I wish I would put it somewhere else. But there's some things, investing is that. You invest in it. It could be good. It could be bad. Unfortunately, there were some companies that crippled that owed these companies, and it ultimately caused them to go belly up. Same thing during 2020. I had invested in some fracking sand companies, and it was doing really good. It was booming through 2019, 2020. And then they were owed a lot of payments from another company that, because of COVID, they defaulted, and then the company I had invested in, it was distilled, it was delisted from the stock market. I'm stuck. Like, what can I do? I can't even trade. And thousands of dollars gone. Silver and gold. Yeah, I've got a couple of videos on some of that, what I had bought. Silver and gold is kind of cool to see, to hold it. Yeah, but it's kind of a boring investment. It just kind of does this slowly up. I did a little bit of investing. Actually, I guess a little and big. It's in the perception of you. I don't know. 6-figure investing in crypto. I trade volume last year on one exchange. I got the numbers the other day. It was $1.6 million trade volume in 2020 at low coolant level. Somebody reacted to a photo on the roofing page. Yeah, $1.7 million trading volume on one exchange last year, just because I was in and out of the market constantly. And it may sound like a lot, but last year was just a straight up bear market, and I actually still made money. So if you can make money in a bear market, you're doing good. Anyone, I mean, you can throw a dart at a stock or a crypto in a bull run and make money. I don't claim to be super intelligent, but I studied a ton. There's quite a few stock traders, crypto traders I'd learned. I've paid money for courses and invested, and it wasn't uncommon to be doing $50,000, $100,000 trades. Yes, I got into real estate back in 2008, and I was a partial owner in 5 real estate companies that owned individual homes, paid off. And it's kind of cool, but you really don't have the control. You don't see big checks. It's good return on your investment, but it's smaller amounts scattered about and very diversified. So that's kind of cool. But there's a couple of years we had an outbreak of tornadoes. 2013 we had a really bad tornado, and in 2017 we had 12 tornadoes in one night. And yeah, talk about sweating. We actually had a few homes get destroyed. One of them ended up being good. I think I've talked about it briefly in another video. The tenants weren't home, they were safe, everything's fine, but the house actually shifted off its foundation. It was eventually deemed uninhabitable. Insurance bought it. We took the money, bought another property in Hamilton County, rented that out for another 5 or 6 years, and then sold that. And that was really good income. So really good passive income, and then it turned into be a pretty good investment. And those juicy capital gains. Let me tell you, growing up, everybody's like, oh, capital gains sucks. Capital gains is the best tax to have. If there is such good thing as a tax, but the earned income, your W-2 income, that sucks. That's the worst. By the way, so any of you self-employed people, any people that do any kind of sales position, it's you, like I said earlier about the ERISA, that acronym for if you have employees and certain guidance you have to go through, like since I'm the sole employee or the employees are only the owners of the company, there's certain things you can do, like with you set up and structure an S corporation, ask your accountants, look into it. There's things you can do and how you take your W-2 pay, which can be good for certain things if you want to get loans and leverage. But any of the proceeds in the company, they are a pass-through, but you don't have to pay the FICA, the certain taxes. So it eliminates like 7% legally. So it's just a little extra of that juicy gravy, right? On top of the ability for you to have a solo 401k where you can self-direct your funds. So like my solo 401k, I don't need to call a broker and say, hey, what can I do? Or, I simply take my checkbook and I write a check for a property. And the trust that holds that owns the property. And the money comes in and grows, and I can take a loan out on it myself. And yeah, it might be a legally a point above prime, but guess what? That percentage goes into my retirement. So it is still kind of a traditional 401k, boring. There's way more riskier, higher yield things, but I can control it, so that's kind of cool. I am limited to, I think if you're below 50, you can only contribute to your solo 401k like $19,000 or $20,000 a year. And if you're over 50, I may be wrong, 50, 55, something like that, you can do a catch up, which is like an extra 1,000 or 2. So you can't like shelter a ton, but yeah, you can. Hour and a half. I think I'm about to call it quits for the night. Need to find a restroom to go. Actually, you know what? Who wants to see this truck I'm in? You guys probably haven't seen it. Well, maybe you have in an old video. We'll get out and we'll check it out real quick. I'll let you guys see what I'm driving. This is my baby when I was little. Switcheroo the camera here. There we go. So it's not a really bad truck. What sucks is right down here, it's really starting to rust out over all the years of plowing. It's where you could literally just pick a chunk off. I barely touched it, but the problem is it falls on my driveway and then it rusts my driveway. And I just put like $18,000 in my driveway a few years ago, and it sucks. So nothing fancy. It's been a hell of a truck over the years. This thing paid itself off like 2-3 years after owning it. So again, it's just that lower piece. Maybe they use crap metal, I don't know. Maybe it's because all the salt and plow getting up under it. And then wait for it. Bumper fell off. This whole piece right here, it's gone. I'm waiting for the resitch receiver mounts all bust off. This thing really helped get the company started. 8-foot bed, I can carry sheets of wood through a lot of roofing, way more roofing than I probably should have carried in this thing to get it going. I didn't go out and buy a brand new truck, a brand new fleet of vehicles. I kept it 100% paid off, debt free. I gotta set this, I gotta put this right here back into the air duct with the magnet sticking to my phone. Hang on, I'm gonna set the phone down real quick. in there. It's not lined up right. Come on. There we go. Close enough. She's a beauty. Yeah, I joked around with my wife. I wanted this to be my daughter's truck when she goes to school. But, yeah, she's got some time. This thing might be falling off its wheels by the time she's ready to drive. Trying to catch up, see if I missed anything important in here. Oh, hey, what's up, Keith? Don't know if I had seen you join in and chat here. What time you joined in? So, yeah, the history on this truck is, like I said, it was a 2003 GMC 2500 HD 4-wheel drive, 6.0 Vortec engine in it. The guy that originally bought it to haul campers through the area. I think he lived here in Kokomo, Howard County area, but there's some really big camper trailer manufacturers up in Elkhart area, northern Indiana, and he'd haul them down south. And I saw this sitting on a country road one day, and I knocked on the door and talked to the missus. Her husband used it to transport the vehicle, so it was all highway driven, nothing bad. I think it only had 30 or 40,000 miles on it when I bought it. He had passed away, so she was selling it. So it's been a great truck. It's got the little work mat set up. There's nothing fancy. There's no tape cassette. There's no MP3. There's no auxiliary input, so that sucks. But it's a work truck. It's all I've used it for. I said had it paid off right away. Kept it paid off. Kept the costs low. So with this recession, I've missed a really good opportunity in the 2008. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I've been trying to prepare for this since COVID, of just building up a massive cash asset set aside, some other various assets, keeping costs low, not looking the part, and having massive debt, but debt free. And then hoping when people are panicking, I'm going to be one of the smaller players trying to bail people out. And I'm hoping within a couple more years, I should be pretty well off financially to be able to wind down and have enough income coming in. I don't need to do all this. I can just do the management side of it. You know, one of my little ventures I was working on, just a really random story, the product company, we've got a patent on a product. I spent countless hours and days with my business partner coming up with something, and we got it patented. We're selling it. We had a company we were approached by, or maybe we approached them, but we were in like a 9-month deal they were trying to work out with us, where they were wanting to license the rights to use our patent on our product for 5 years. And the numbers they were showing us would have been like $15,000 a month coming in. I'm like, yeah, you know, so you never know what opportunities are out there until you get out there and see what the market wants and, you know, work towards it. But that could have been a game changer. I mean, $15,000 a month is a nice chunk of money in my eyes. Looks like chat winded down a little bit. Well, I mean, so my work truck now that I use, the Ford, I mean, I've got to have the crew cab because I don't want to have a whole nother vehicle just to drive my little girl around, and don't really want her sitting up in the front. My wife's not a big fan of that, whatever. So when I had the ability to have the cab space, not only now can I carry her in the back safely behind me, there's so much more lockable space. That's been a pain when you got tools and compressors and things in the back, like I don't carry the heavy equipment. I've got like a pancake compressor for repair day, things like that I'm just always terrified somebody's going to just 5-finger discount right out of the bed of the truck. So having the extra real estate in the back here to lock up, it's kind of cool. And I'd look to get in a nicer truck, but my God, $80,000, $90,000? No, thank you. I'm happy with my $17,000 diesel truck. Oh, I'm good. I typically don't go to bed until the earliest, 11, usually midnight, 1 a.m. It's usually my study time. It's YouTubeverse, or YouTube University. I gotta catch up on stuff. There's, for example, the Arduino stuff, the Raspberry Pi. There are really good YouTubers out there that, again, they take their knowledge, what they're good at, what they do, and share their knowledge. And you can go out there for free and learn it. And that's what I've been trying to do and trying to learn. And got some stuff to catch up on. Yeah, it sucks. It's happened before. Hell, we were down in Indianapolis working. I had a $600 steel backpack blower in the back. Went around the building, came back out, gone. Like, are you serious? Somebody just ripped off the blower out of the back of the truck that quick. So, yes, my work truck, the company truck, is a 2013 F350. It's got this 6.7 Power Stroke. I love it. Thing's got so much torque. I did blow out the cold air charge line, if I'm thinking of the right name. It's when the turbo's pressing the air in, it goes through a cooler, the cold air charge air cooler, I think is what it is. The air duct that goes back up into the engine, it had blown out when I was merging onto an Interstate 465 last year. Yeah, a diesel engine with no turbo is a pooch. Shout out to My Diesel Guy. That's the name of his company. My Diesel Guy here in the Kokomo Greentown area. Hell of a guy. If you got some diesel work and you're in this area, check him out. It was quick, yeah. Somebody must have been scoping the thing out. Saw it and they took off with it. Glad they didn't get any more though. ABC Supply, yes. Proudly wearing it today. I like the color of the shirt. I don't wear this one out too often. I'm usually wearing my branded shirts, hoodies. But I wanted to kind of go out in incognito mode tonight and just not have the Grand Roofing stuff on. That may change though, because if I do get rid of this truck, I'll need to get a plow for the Humvee. Because I'm not putting it on my everyday work truck. The Humvee could carry it okay, but then they would see the Grand Roofing Humvee branded truck with a plow. Where can you buy a Grand Roofing hoodie? Email me and I'll try to send you one. Scott W., what's up, brother? How is Wisconsin treating you today? You had sent me that meme, which one was that? A deer tracking video or something recently? One of them I thought was pretty funny. Sorry, Scott, I'll probably be on my way out here. I've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. What'd you say you would buy, Keith? Humvee? Oh, speaking of Humvee, just random thought. When I first started talking about that on the channel, I was calling it a Hummer. Yeah, I had no idea. People, until I watched the video back, they were making fun of what their definition of a Hummer was. Whoever it was back then, but yeah. So technically, I believe a Hummer is the Alpha, the civilian version. But the Humvee is the military version, and that's what I've got. Am I retiring? Eventually, yes. My goal is to retire in about 2 to 4 years. But I'll continue to work. I'm still going to be working. To me, just retirement is a metric of when my passive income exceeds a certain number. Yeah, I just need to know where you guys are from, then I can send them to you. I'm actually looking at getting another big order of hoodies put in, just so the guys can have some new ones to wear. I might make a dark version too, because the white ones, the ash they call it, it's not white, it's not gray, it's like a mixed white gray. They just get so dirty so easy, especially the t-shirts in the hot summer around the neckline. Doesn't matter how hard, how much, what kind of detergent I wash it with, it's kind of like dirty brown. So I might go like a dark version, but yeah, I mean, I might consider possibly sending a few out. You guys want to see more of the Humvee? Shit, you know what? Well, I might lose signal. I was going to say, I could probably drive out to the Humvee. We could go for a quick ride, but I did do a live showing it. I'd also be afraid if I drove out there, the video might go out because it's out in western Howard County and may have a bad signal out there. I don't know, it'd be fun to go drive the Humvee. Have you seen the pictures of it, Keith? Has anyone in here not seen the Humvee yet? Oh, Anthony, thank you. I didn't see what you said up there. I'm trying to scroll back up, catch up on comments. I'm glad the videos have helped. 20 years, Nick. Nice camo on the XD. What did I miss? Did I miss something, Keith? Talking about a camo hoodie, or you're talking about XD? It made me think of something else. Maybe I shouldn't show it, but something that goes in this. I don't want to get trolled, so I won't show the thing, but these Springfield XD. Don't want to get demonetized. You've only seen the pictures of it. I did a live video out there one day of it. I think the problem was, though, when I did the live out there, the video upload was really bad. I'll probably do another one, or actually do maybe some GoPro footage of it. Like I said earlier in the stream, those that didn't see that part, the top that I got for it, the stitching I think was off on it, and the company that I bought it from is going to send me a new top, and they already sent me the return label for the old one. They want to see what's going on with it. When I get out there and put that on, I'll probably do some video of it. Oh, XD is a smiley. Okay, that made me think of my Springfield. Regards to Dave the Bean Counter, more videos from him. So Dave was trying to help out with the Bean Counter Dave series. He put a lot of time into the videos. Some of them, it took some time to research to actually put the content together, but then I think he was just doing a lot of the editing and retaking, and he didn't feel like he had a really good video presence, I guess. But hell, I mean, when I go back to my videos, I was so monotone and terrible at it. It just took some time to get over it. True story on that. One day I was down in Sheridan, Indiana. It's probably like 2018 maybe. I'm like, you know what? No better way to get over this than to hold the phone like this and walk around in public doing a video. And you kind of get used to it. Gotta ask. Yes, it's a Meyer. 7.5, I believe. I don't remember exactly. I've had it way too long. And I don't remember the pump. An E75 maybe. So no, Dave still is kind of part of the company. He and I went our own ways with the real estate and the roofing. But I still pay Dave as a contractor now to do the books and everything, because that was just something I didn't do. I'm out doing everything else, from the paying the crews and collecting and doing the checks and meeting the customers, inspections, estimates, job setups, tear down, all that stuff. So I paid Dave to do the bookkeeping, so I still have him on now as an independent contractor doing the bookkeeping. Bring him back. I appreciate the, I'll pass it on to him. I don't mind if he comes back and does some of the content too, but no hard feelings with it. Just he was the real estate, I was the roofing. We were co-owners of it, but in the eyes of the IRS and how the taxes and pay goes, this was growing so much faster than the real estate was. So we kind of talked about it. He wanted to step out of this. I stepped out of the other. We're more than just friends. We're kind of a semi-related, I guess you could say. It's my brother-in-law. Really good, trusting guy. Yeah, he did do some really good content when it came to like how to structure an LLC and setting it up, and condensed it down to a pretty short video. But you got to be somewhat cautious too on how the videos change dramatically. That's why I'm kind of somewhat cautious of getting into the real estate side of things, or the more the investing, because I don't want it to stray so far off the roofing path that the metrics kind of show a decline on the channel. So I don't want that. But I think a lot of the real estate stuff could definitely tie in, because it's roofing related with the real estate stuff. And then also, I mean, kind of money and investing, and any job really for that matter, earning money kind of ties in there. Alrighty. Well, this went a lot longer than I was expecting. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in and chatting here. As I just looked up, taking that drink, I realized something I didn't show earlier. The other downside to this truck, probably most vehicles, is the headliner starts sagging and falling. So then you start grabbing these little tacks to hold it up. I tried the spray foam stuff. You know, you peel it back and spray the spray, not spray foam, but the spray adhesive. Yeah, it didn't work very well at all. Actually, it just made it worse trying to pull it down to spray it. So, I'm no upholstery guy, I'm a roofer. Simple solution, stick a tack in it. You just gotta be careful, because when I was plowing today, turning over my shoulder and everything, one of them fell and it rolled down under my ass cheek, and yeah, it was a little pleasant surprise. Stuck me in the butt cheek pretty good. Oh, the Myers good plows. Yeah, I've had no complaints with it. I wish I would have gotten a V plow, but again, back in 2003, 2004, there wasn't a whole lot of those out. Way back in the day, actually, I think it was Eric, the guy letting me keep the Hummer at his place for a temporary time. He and I had two straight blades at the time. We pulled up next to each other, made a big old, almost 16-foot plow, V plow. We cleared a lot pretty quick with that. One guy is driving, and just like in the flying an airplane, you got the lead guy, and then the other guys are watching a point on the vehicle. Doesn't matter, you're not looking at where you're going. One guy's being casual and driving, the other guy's just watching the point of the other plow, and we're just within a couple inches, and it just pushed a massive pile of snow. Hey, I appreciate that. I see the Perkins. What is that? Philip? Yeah, Philip. You guys doing some roofing right now? Kind of cold, nasty, and snowy and unfun. Not really the best of conditions if you're in the Indianapolis area. Did you guys get much snow? Oh, repair work. Yeah, I mean, my thing is, and some people took it way out of context, thinking that you can't absolutely work it all in the winter. Well, some things depend upon where you live. The other thing is, if it's new construction, yeah. If it's got water pouring in, yeah. But if it's like a home that's not leaking, I'm really not encouraged to do it. At least I'm not going to recommend it because I wouldn't do it on mine. Not until it's warmer. Oh, a 212 low slope repair. Nice. I've got a little one to do at the airport. Glendale Airport, 8I3. It's where I learned to fly out of. The airport owner there, he asked me if I could check out their hangar, the far south hangar. It's got some old metal panels that have actually blown up and put a nice kink in it. So I'm like, hey, the only thing I can think of, because you're not going to find replacement panels, is putting some Karnak or something down on this. So I got to do that here soon too. Needs to be dry and warm though. An apartment complex. Nice. Alrighty, well, I need to get to, probably should anyways. It's almost 11 now. If this truck is right. Yeah, the battery was dead in it, so I don't know if I set the right time in it. Appreciate that, mama. If you guys have some really cool ideas for the channel and type of content, let me know. Like I said, also, if you have any desire to possibly get a free drone, let me know that. If you want to see the Humvee, let me know. Like I said, you guys can interact with the channel by leaving comments and kind of help guide, shape, and mold which direction this goes. I don't think it'd be too hard to really get to be one of the biggest riffing channels out there. The few that I at least know, because it's really weird. YouTube shows me certain things. There could be bigger riffing channels out there that I don't know because YouTube doesn't send them to me and I don't know to look them up or what they're called. But the biggest ones YouTube tries to recommend to me is going to be Dmitry Lipinski with Storm Group or Riffing Insights. Eric Reno was a bigger one, but he's kind of busy doing his own thing with his brother and his welding fabricating company up in Michigan. And then Zach of All Trades, veteran up in northern Indiana. I think his is a sizable channel. So, I don't know. Kind of a goal just to have my eyes set on something. I do want to try to do more product review stuff too, just because kind of cool. Try doing shorts. Yeah, the shorts definitely helped get the channel known this year. I put a few out there. One short got over 1 million views within like a month or so. I was like, wow. And right when I did my first couple shorts, I had people on the channel hating and saying they're going to unsubscribe. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do it to piss people off, but the only thing that doesn't change is change itself. That's one thing I keep trying to tell myself. So when you got all these other platforms that are booming, and they're trying to compete with them like TikTok and stuff, shorts are inevitable. And as long as I don't overdo it, I still want to keep some long form type stuff, but the shorts, it definitely got the channel known and brings people in. So, pretty cool. You say you've been subbed since before 1,000 subscribers? Sweet. And you're on here. Cool. Appreciate that. There's another one I can remember from back in the day. I think, Scott, you've been around for a while, and then Incognito is another one. Incognito None Your Business. He was a long-time subscriber to the channel. And I see him every now and then leave a comment. Kind of cool. Some of the original OGs. Alright, I can see the numbers ticking down. It's time to get off out of here. Go home, jump in the shower, watch about an hour of YouTube content, knowledge. Something I'm trying to look up to on that note is reverse repos and how that works. Now, I'm not talking about car repos. I'm talking about reverse repos in the financial markets. Oh, Kevin, let me ask you this. If you're still, yeah, you're still there too. So part of what I want to do with the Humvee and the military family givebacks, I don't know if it's too much, but my thought was to have them share a little story about their military service. Some of the good, the bad, or their stories of what, some kind of cool thing that happened during their time. I don't know if that'd be, obviously I've got to ask them and make sure they're cool if they get their consent. Oh, another cool thought I had recently. Let me know if you guys think this is dumb or not. But this whole chat GTP thing, it's blowing across the internet. I heard about this like the week it was launched. Blew my mind away what this thing can do. And it wasn't until just recently, I think I saw Meet Kevin talk about it and how he had it write up certain things. I'm like, everybody's putting their own spin on this AI and this chat GTP. How can I do it with roofing? So I thought about this last night while I'm sitting there on YouTube, thinking I want to ask it some things like how do I have a successful DIY roof install, or how not to botch a roof, just some things I could ask it and see what it says. So the other thing to note with ChatGTP is that it was cut off from the internet in 2021, I think, November 21. So from then on till current present time, pardon me, it does not have current knowledge of. So, but I just had a thought of that too. I've got these ideas, I just don't have time to do it. I was actually talking to a vet recently, and I've got him on the books to take care of free of charge. He doesn't know it yet. Some soffit repairs, some wall flashing. He was telling me we got to talking at a repair I was doing at his house, inspecting it. His neighbor got stuck in the snow in a drift. I pulled her out real quick. But he was telling me he's battling some type of, what was it? Some sort of cancer or lymphoma or something. I don't know. He was talking about his time in the Army, and I think it was over in Vietnam. He was exposed to the Agent Orange, and probably not got a lot of time left, so I want to do what I can. My goal is to get the Humvee legal to take out on the road, and I want to show up in it and take care of this stuff for him. Something, back to the whole YouTube thing, I did get carried away last night, actually this past week. There's a channel called CivDiv. This is an ex-Marine guy that has been fighting over in Ukraine and got like frontline footage. And it's just mind-blowing of what narratives, whatever side viewpoint you have, what is served up to you and what you see. But when you go out there and you search for this content, it's kind of crazy what people are doing and sacrificing for their countries and for their families. And then here we are, we grow up in this free world, this free society here in the U.S., and we just take it for granted. So the people that have really sacrificed it all, I've got friends that have served, and kind of more of a friend, but the stuff I've heard them say back when they came back from Iraq, what war did they call that back then after 9/11? Just crazy. They'll never be the same. Kevin, I appreciate you being a supporter of the channel too. Miss not seeing you. It's been years. I wish you were closer. I'd do something for you too, because I know you served in the Navy, so I want to recognize you for that too. If I'm not mistaken, that's how you met my family, was somehow you met my sister early 1990s, maybe? I didn't even see her catch a typo, sorry. I'll have to read these back later. That was after your mom passed? Oh, after your mom passes, sorry. So it was 1992, okay. Well, give me a shout when you come back in town, Kevin. I got a lot of good fond memories when you were in town in the past of taking us and my siblings to the parks and all that cool stuff and making those Reese's peanut butter cups homemade. Oh my God, we ate the shit out of those. And then there was this one really good chicken dish you made with like copious amounts of soy sauce. That meal was a really good one. '92 seems so long ago. Golly. I was looking at this the other day. I had this big hand-carved wooden flag that I've got hanging up in my garage now. Hood's Wood. Check him out on Facebook. If you guys have, if you're in my area, he can probably ship it. Really good woodman worker, like chainsaw cutting stuff. Totally lost my train of thought where I was going with that. I'm sorry, you're a massive blank there. Sorry to hear that, Kevin. I know I'm not close, but if there's anything I can do, let me know. Yeah, I wish I would. I remembered what I was going to even say about that wood. To Greg that does the wood carving, and lost where I was going to go with that. Yes, it does suck. Oh, maybe that's a sign I need to get going. The loss of memory tonight. I don't know. It's still 11 of you in here. Wow. Pretty cool. You know, there's YouTubers I follow, a couple of them that started their channels just fairly recent. They were with another channel, broke off, started their own, and to see them grow so rapidly and doing so good, and they'll have like, I don't know, 40 to 100 subscribers during a live stream, and then others I watch are in the hundreds, and it's like, here I am with 11 to 20. But anyway, some of the videos might be random and boring, but some of what I try to share, I hope helps people out there. And from the feedback I get, it sounds like it does. So, all right, I appreciate it, Kevin, Scott, everybody that's been in here throughout the live stream. I appreciate it. There was one that didn't chime in yet, was the moderator. I'm drawing a blank on his name too. But he's expecting them on Fridays, and I haven't been able to do the Friday Night Live. I need to try to bring that back. Appreciate it, Kevin and everybody. Y'all have a good night. And, oh wow, there was a big tick up in the viewers there right before I get ready to get off here. I just jumped like 5 people. Yeah, 5 is a big number. It was on this small channel. I appreciate it. Night, everybody. And as always, until next time, be safe and have a good one.